Hi everyone, welcome back to Coding with Liz. Today, we're learning one of the most important tools in SQL for data analysis, group by. If you've ever wanted to answer questions like, how many customers do we have in each state? What's the average order total per customer? Which city brings in the most revenue? That's exactly what group by is for. By the end of this video, you'll know what group by does, how to use it with aggregate functions, how to avoid the most common mistakes. Let's get into it. Group by groups rows that share the same value in a column, so you can calculate a summary per group. So instead of seeing every single customer, you can summarize by state, city, age group, sign up year, and more. It is important to note that group by is usually used with aggregate functions like count, sum, average, minimum, and maximum. Now let's look at our first example using count. We're going to answer the question, how many customers are in each state? We can use the query that you see on screen. So here's exactly what's happening. Select state means we want the state column. Count counts how many rows are in each group. Group by state tells SQL, group all customers by their state first, then count within each group. This is the result of the query. Now we'll be using group by with sum and average. We can answer the question, what's the total spending per state? Using this query. Select state, sum total spent as total revenue. This is an example of aliasing, which we will learn about in future videos. From customers, group by state. Now, we're summarizing money by group. Instead of counting customers, we're adding up their total spent. We can also answer the question, what's the average spending per state? Using this query. Select state, average total spent as average spent from customers, group by state. So average total spent calculates the average within each state group. Next, we can group by with multiple columns. We can use this to answer the question, how many customers are in each city within each state? To answer this question, we can use the following query. Select state, city, count as customer count from customers. Group by state and city. When you group with multiple columns, SQL creates smaller groups. So it groups by state first and then by city inside each state. Here is the result of our query. Now we must discuss the number one group by rule and the most common error. This rule is everything. Every column in your select statement must either 1. Be included in group by, or be inside an aggregate function like count, sum, average, etc. Here is an example of a common mistake. Select state, city, and count. From customers, group by state. This doesn't work because you selected city, but you didn't group by city, and city isn't being aggregated. To fix this, we can use the following query. Select state, city, count as customer underscore count. From customers, group by state and city. To summarize, group by groups similar values together. Aggregate functions summarize each group, and every selected column must be grouped or aggregated. If this video helped, make sure to stay tuned for the next video with Coding with Liz. And stay on the lookout for more beginner-friendly SQL and Python tutorials that will be uploaded on the website. Bye!